Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Ananya, Nitin, Pavan, Saurav, Shubham, Yuvraj, and Oku. All right, guys. I think in last answer writing class, where's pen? Where? Pen नहीं है यहाँ पे. It's there. Where? Okay. I got it. Okay, so in the last class, I have spoke about that how to formulate an introduction. Okay, so how many of you had attended that class? In which I have explained how to write an introduction. Were you there, Oku? No, I watched 2 classes. All right, because I cannot go on body 1 and body 2 if you do not know how to write an introduction. If you, okay, Shubham, it's your first class. All right, if not everyone have attended the previous class because there was some confusion. So let me know. So I'll give a quick revision on introduction. Then only we can move to body 1. Okay, so I have to see. All right, so guys, just wait for a while. I'll upload that PPT. MSP Word file I have to. Yeah.
Are you going to Red Fort on Independence Day?
Where?
Red Fort?
No, you are going. Are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to do it right.
That's nice.
Have you ever attended there?
No, I like to, but sometime. Maybe not now. You're going with your friends?
Yes.
That's nice. Take my daughter along with you.
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, sure, I want, but it just you need to take little care of her. So you all are going at what time? Early in the morning?
Actually, the group confirm me tomorrow. They told me like that. So I'll let you know.
No, I'm kidding. She'll like, she's very naughty girl. No, she's very naughty girl. You really have to take a lot of care. Yeah. So,
The celebration of Delhi, the grandest among all the states. So I really want to attend.
yeah.
I think you are bored of like attending, Yeah, because I did March class also, and I'm so done with it. I don't like attending that anymore.
Okay.
You will see something new.
Okay. All right, guys. So in the last class, I had explained about what is happening here. Why it is moving like this?
Oh, there, one fly is there.
Fly is there.
Yeah.
Now it's not here, no? Yeah, it's.
Man, that's below A. Below A. Oh, yeah.
It flew.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think some other problem is here with board.
Oh, yeah, it's running automatically,
Yep,
Virus?
might be. Is it visible to all of you guys here? Yeah. So you all can see? Okay. See, in the last class, I have explained about how to write an introduction. Okay, so let me just give you a quick recap about the most important structures. The most important structure in your answer writing is indeed it is an introduction. Okay, so in today's class, I like to bring that how you all would frame an introduction with respect to some general question on the basis of Indian society. Okay. See, in MSP thing, I think I have given this very important structures. Okay, I have, see, few things I have already explained to all of you, that you need to work on two parameters in order to write your good answers. First of all, you need to develop a good comprehensive listening skills. The more you would listen to English audios, and I would prefer British audios, okay, British English, rather than going with Australian or US English. You can listen to podcast, that too of British English. The more you would listen, the better fluency you can have in your thought process, and you must inculcate this habit to think in English as well. Okay? Second important part in answer writing, it is definitely coming out of structures. Structure refers to English grammar. I'm not saying that you need to take 1 hour or 2 hours of classes daily to improve your grammars, but let's just face it, that English is not our mother tongue. We may speak good English, we may speak fluent English, but when it comes to writing and answers, we make a lot of mistakes. Even I, as an educator, tend to make grammatical errors. Okay? When we are writing for such an esteemed examination, where competition is so packed, but naturally, those answers would come in the top rank of fetching good marks, who those papers which may have less grammatical errors. So I would again bring the same point which I had been highlighting for last 2 or 3 classes, that start working on your grammar. Buy a good grammar book, okay, and start with the sentences, that how sentences are being formed, and your focus should be on complex, which statement, compound sentences, where you need to know that how different ideas can come up together in one paragraph, because you are supposed to write either 150 to 170 words answers or 250 to 270 words answers. In the last class, I'm just going to explain that how you can write a very good introduction with basic understanding. So there are a couple of methods which you should apply. Okay? So I hope all of you are well aware of this structure in answer writing. In answer writing, whatsoever, whether it's an answer, like, answer for your examination, or it is an article in the newspaper, or you are writing any piece of information, okay, to whatsoever you are writing, it must have a good structure. Okay, so introduction here. then body and conclusion. Introduction and conclusion. What is happening? ये अपने आप, it's moving. Introduction and conclusion should be syncing. So whatsoever you have written in introduction, that has to be there in your conclusion. So there were a couple of students who often come to me and they do ask me that, ma'am, how to write conclusion or how to frame questions answers. So it is a popular mistake and a very wrong notions among aspirants, among students, that in conclusion you need to give your opinion if it is being opinion based questions. Okay, for example, do you agree that India has now become a nation state? Give your opinion that, any question you can say that, give your opinion that kinship and marriage system is in a transformative stage in India. So generally, and this is what I have, generally this is I have seen that aspirants or students write their opinion in conclusion. In conclusion, you are not going to tell that what your opinion is. For instance, if I'm asking right now, give your opinion, what is your opinion about tomorrow's functions or tomorrow's independence? You cannot tell me all the stories and then in the end you will say, I think this, my opinion is that I have to, independence is a great celebration program and all, whatsoever your opinion is. So directly, you need to give me your answer. So if I asked a question, do you agree? Your opinion, your stance, whatsoever you have taken your stand, that has to be there in introduction. Okay? We all have to identify what type of question is being asked to us. If it is asking explain, then we need to support and give explanation to that point. If it is asking our opinion, then we need to give opinion. Whether we agree or disagree. If we agree, why do we agree? And if we do not agree, why do we disagree? Okay? That we have to understand. All right? So introduction and conclusion is just like that. If I'll explain. I said some A point, B point or C point that, I'm going to discuss about, let's just say some development in Indian society. Okay, so I'm talking about Emmanuel Wallerstein approach, in which he has explained that how developing nations, how the today world economies are divided into three main nations. One is a core country, peripheral and semi-peripheral. Okay, this is just a concept. So I'm saying that in this essay, I'm going to talk about core countries, let's just say, peripheral countries, semi-peri, in context of development and democracy. Okay, so if I have said that, if I have spoke about, let's just say, Emmanuel Wallerstein theory on development, on world economy, so I would say in conclusion that I have spoke about it. So this is what conclusion. So in conclusion, I'm saying that I am going to speak about, and in conclusion, I would say that this answer have spoke about such points. Reaffirmation, exactly. It's a reaffirmation that this, so whatsoever question is being asked to me, I have answered that. So conclusion is just, it's you can say it's a past version of, you can say that the points which you are going to talk about. So it say that I am going to talk about this point, and in conclusion, I have spoken about this points. Conclusion are not supposed to give a new theory or new point in your answer. It should be like summary. I hope you understand this. Give me a moment. It's a summary that whatsoever points we have discussed. All right. Now, let's just say what is introduction. There are, in introduction, there are three major points: general statements, thesis statements, and outline of main points. Okay. So general statement, you can also refer general statements as neutral statements. Neutral statement should complement the topic on which you are going to write your answer or your essay. Okay? And it should start, how you should start that general statement, it should be catchy. So the very first sentence in our essays holds a, you can say, a very significant position in our answer writing. Okay? It is of utmost importance. Then thesis statement, it is like that what are we going to talk about? Advantages, disadvantages. Okay, are we talking about strategies by which we can improve and have economical development? If I talk about economical situation, let's just say, okay, and I wanted to prove that how in current scenario, in current situation, in contemporary society in India, we need to look back to our approach to understand economical position. So far we know that when we talk about economical and development policies, we try to have very formal and very rational approach. We talk about demand, supply, market. Okay, we talk about inflation and we talk about redistribution system. So, for instance, there was a debate, an ongoing debate, and still it is not clear how to define poverty. Is it absolute poverty or it is relative poverty? If we say that poverty can be measured by materialistic conditions, if I have car, if I have home, or if I have all the basic necessities, so does that mean that I do not fall under the BPL or under poverty line? Or maybe other belongings also matters today. If my child is not studying in one of the good schools, okay, because let's just face it, that in government school also we have high rate of dropouts only because that the quality of education is not that good. Right now, it's like, government is striving really hard, but still we do not have that sensitivity. So what does that poverty mean? Does poverty mean to live in a ghettoized place or living in a place full of amenities? How can we define poverty? So poverty is different from culture to culture, as Oscar Lewis have already explained to us. Oscar Lewis is a very famous anthropologist and sociologist who had conducted a study on Indian society in terms of poverty as well. Okay, so then there's a debate that whether we should focus on social and cultural values also in determining economical factors, or do we have to only be rational? For example, Karl Polanyi is there. Okay, we have many economists who believe that no, it should be only of social cultural values which should be there when we are determining economical factor as well. Okay, Malinowski is there, Bronislaw is there. So how do we get through it? So it's just like when you are talking in introduction about your point, so it should tell clarity of your thought process. Okay, so for example, thesis statement will let your examiner know what are your thought process, what is your understanding, your contemplation. Contemplation means that how you have relate to the concept. Are you getting my point, guys? शुभम, युवराज, अनन्या, अफा, एवरीवन, ठीक है। तो आपको वो समझना है, थीसिस स्टेटमेंट इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट। थीसिस स्टेटमेंट अगर आपने अच्छे से लिख लिया तो इसका मतलब है कि मुझे समझ में आ गया है कि आपको क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया है, और उसके बाद आई विल जस्ट क्विकली रीड योर बॉडी 1 बॉडी 2 and I will see that okay, structure is good. So in your marks, when we check your answer sheets, okay, so I'm telling you out of my experience, out of my rich experience in answer writing. I was in a department earlier in Jamia where I used to teach only answers, and not of only the aspirants who are doing their graduations or the masters, but also of seniors class, ठीक है। सो उसमें आपके कुछ पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, उसमें आपके मार्क्स चेक होते हैं। उसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर है आपका स्ट्रक्चर, स्ट्रक्चर अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन विच इज बीइंग आस्क्ड, ओके। सो थीसिस स्टेटमेंट क्या हो गया कि आप के जो मेन पॉइंट्स हैं एंड देन आउटलाइन ऑफ मेन पॉइंट्स, कि आप क्या करने जा रहे हो, ठीक है। ये है आपका इंट्रोडक्शन। इज दिस क्लियर? आपके आंसर में बहुत सारे एविडेंस होने चाहिए एंड एग्जाम्पल्स होने चाहिए, and it is your body that can contain this examples and evidences. Sorry, मुझे चक्कर आया, sorry guys, okay, समझ में आ गया? क्लियर है? now second point, how you will I hope you today now, how you will catch the attention. God, it's working. Yeah. So first of all, we will take attention. Attention by writing a good point. So there are various ways in essays. I would rather suggest कि अगर आप कोई इकोनॉमी और डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर क्वेश्चन लिख रहे हो, ठीक है, लास्ट टाइम मैंने बहुत जनरल टॉपिक लिया था, लेकिन अगर आप कोई इकोनॉमिक और डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर कर रहे हो, कोई सोशल इश्यूज के ऊपर आप लिख रहे हो, इफ इट इज नॉट फिलोसफिकल, ठीक है, आई वुड से राइट योर आंसर विद रिपोर्ट्स, with findings. Report and finding always help in scoring good marks. और एक बहुत अच्छा important आपको point बताती हूँ, instead of watching too many videos on the same topic, आप लोग यूपीएससी में एक नया ट्रेंड मैंने नोट किया है एस्पिरेंट्स के साथ, ठीक है। ये क्या होता है, आपको एक कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ना होता है, ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे ट्यूशन आप ले रहे हो, कोचिंग ले रहे हो, बट द सेम टाइम यू थिंक दैट ठीक है यहाँ कहीं और से भी पढ़ लेते हैं, देख लेते हैं। आप एक क्लिक करते हो एक वीडियो के ऊपर, फिर दूसरा क्लिक करते हो, फिर तीसरा क्लिक करते हो, आप करते ही रहते हो, आपका टाइम वेस्ट होता है उसमें। इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई वुड से कि क्विक अपने आप को एक वीडियो देख ली, ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे कोचिंग ले रहे हो, आपको समझ में आ गया, आप उसके बाद कोई वीडियो, इफ यू वांट टू हैव अ कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी, दैट्स इट। tell and train your mind that you're not going to waste your time in watching those videos, but what you can do is आप लोग थोड़े बहुत कॉन्फ्रेंसेस देखा करो, आपको कुछ ज्यादा मेहनत नहीं करनी है। आप जो वर्ल्ड रिनाउंड यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, हार्वर्ड है, ब्रिटिश कोलंबिया है, ऑक्सफोर्ड है, ठीक है, ऑकलैंड है, जेएनयू है, राइट। सो ये जितनी भी आपकी जो यूनिवर्सिटीज होती है उसमें रिसर्च प्रोग्राम या सेमिनार्स चल रहे होते हैं। यस, सॉरी, अटक गई ये क्लास। गाइस गिव अस मोमेंट। Hi, am I audible? Yeah, now I'm audible. Okay, there was some technical glitches. So how are we going to hook examiner attention? So there are a couple of ways. ठीक है, वो हम समझेंगे. और इससे पहले वाला जो आंसर राइटिंग सेशन था यूट्यूब में भी अवेलेबल है, लिंक भी अवेलेबल है, उसको आप लोग प्लीज देखिएगा, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. So how to get hook, how to get your points, ठीक है, जिसमें इंट्रोडक्शन में ही समझ में आ जाए that okay, this answer is going to be a spectacular answer. इंट्रोडक्शन से ही 4 लाइन से ही एग्जामिनर को समझ में आ जाता है गाइस. इट इज आउट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. यहाँ पे कोई बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है, जस्ट आउट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. आपके जो आंसर्स होते हैं, आई एम टेलिंग यू, दे आर बीइंग चेक्ड बाय ग्रेट माइंड who are indulged in reading and readings. Lot of readings they do. Okay, so they know what is being asked and that what are the points which you can write your answers. तो हमको उनको ही dodge करना है, right? So how we can hook the attention reader? The purpose of this part is to catch the reader's attention. Always one sentence. So we will begin our answer with a simple sentence. Simple and a very catchy information. And provide an overview of the essay theme again, and small piece of background or basic information about the topic of you are going to cover. This is the way we are going to write in our introduction. Okay? Now what you will say in introduction, what connections you are going to talk about. You are going to talk about that what are we going to write in body 1, in body 2, or if you are using body 3 as well. Okay, so use your introduction to outline what you are going to talk about. So your main points and claims in the order in which you will discuss. आप यहाँ पे एक बात फोकस किया है आपने, and claims in the order in which you will discuss them. So अगर मैं बोल रही हूँ let's just say gender inequalities, ठीक है? If I'm talking about gender inequality, so if I'm saying that nowadays because of there's a structural change in family, marriage and kinship, gender inequality is even more persistent. Okay, so this is one important point if I'm saying. So if I have spoke about family, marriage, so there is a structural changes in family and all point. And second point which I am talking about is of what? Let's say of economical opportunities. Okay, so economical opportunities and globalization. So if I have said in introduction about family, marriage, structural changes that has impacted our answers, or sorry, our like on women issues and on the position of a woman. So first, if I have said the first point, so in body 1 also I will talk about that first point. And then in secondly, if I have spoken about economical and globalization as one of the tool by which the condition among females is changing, and if I have spoke about in a positive manner or in negative manner, I'd talk about that. Okay, so it should be in a chronological manner, and this should be your main idea, so that you cannot give your information which is not of that importance in the first paragraph, body 1, and in body 2 you're talking about anything which is not of that importance. You would see that for even a smallest topic UPSC aspirants read, they have couple of informations. So during this process only, you have to scrutinize that what are those important points which you are going to write in your answers. Yes? Shut the door up. Yes. Okay? So this is what we will understand. Now the thesis statement. So the entire essay revolves around this statement. It should be narrow, focused, and very specific. So whatsoever your statement and your stand towards that answer, आपके पूरे आंसर उसी पॉइंट में रिवॉल्व होना चाहिए. किसी को कोई डाउट है? अब आपको ये क्लैरिटी होगी विद वन एग्जाम्पल. किसी को कोई अभी डाउट है? आज आप लोग प्रैक्टिस भी करोगे यहीं पे कि इंट्रोडक्शन कैसे लिखना है. इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद बॉडी 1. So let me give you some more information about an introduction before we practice. ठीक है? In a nutshell, the introduction paragraph of an essay is the first paragraph of the paper. So definitely it is your first thing which reader is going to see in your essay. So it performs two important functions. What are those two important functions? Yeah, so it tells the reader what you are going to be talking about in your paper. Simply put, and try to use these punctuations. Where if you have inculcate this tremendous habit in writing your answers about taking punctuations, so you can lessen your word limits. ठीक है? तो आपको punctuation use करना चाहिए, semicolon. Simply put, it should identify the essay topic. That's mean whatsoever question is being asked to you, if you're writing your answers for your essay, तो वो आपको clear होना चाहिए. और अगर आप क्वेश्चन लिख रहे हो तो वो आपका क्लियर होना चाहिए. तो ऐसे में तो आप रिफ्रेज करते हो अपने क्वेश्चन को जो भी पूछा गया है. और आंसर्स में फॉर 150 वर्ड्स के आंसर्स में आई वुड से कि पैराफ्रेज क्वेश्चन को ना करते हुए बस उसके इर्द गिर्द बात करो. बट 250 वाले आंसर में तो आपको पैराफ्रेज करना होता है क्वेश्चन. दैट इज अ स्किल दैट आई विल टीच यू लेटर ऑन and give some insight about the essay main points. Secondly, it has to evoke interest and motivate the audience to read the rest of your paper. तो अगर आपने कुछ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट बताया ही नहीं है, ओके, और आप बहुत ही लेमैन टाइप बात कर रहे हो अपने आंसर्स में, तो एक इंप्रेशन पहले ही इंट्रोडक्शन में ही क्रिएट हो जाता है. ठीक है कि ओके यू आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट दिस इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट and it's fine. So they would give you a mediocre answer because even a reader is a seeker of knowledge. How and on what parameters I will decide that you have given something very important information. First of all, if you have given holistic understanding of the question which is being asked to you, whether it essay, whether it is your GS 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, and if through your answer if I have also learned something new, automatically I will think that okay you have given some very precious information, because that examiner is also a human being. All right, so you need to understand and you have to do a psychoanalysis of examiner's point also. Just put yourself into the shoes of examiner. आप कैसे किसी टीचर को इवैल्यूएट करते हो? थिंक हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडिया तो आप सभी ने पढ़ा है ना, बट आप इवैल्यूएट कैसे करते हो किसी टीचर को कि बहुत ही कम शब्दों में अगर उसने आपको कुछ बात समझा दी. ठीक है, इफ आई एम एबल टू एक्सप्लेन यू एनी कॉन्सेप्ट इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट मैनर एंड विद क्लैरिटी, you will say wow this teacher is really good, right? And then if I have been like if I'm able to give you lot many examples to prove my point, okay, and if you know that okay I'm updated with my information, with my knowledge, if I can quote various thinkers, if I can quote various reports, that definitely excites you, isn't it? Will pronunciation be used in introduction or not? Shubham, this is the question you have not framed quite in a quite, I think, appropriate manner. What you are asking, Shubham, are you talking about personality test? Will pronunciation be used in introduction or not? Shubham, good morning. We are talking about answer writing right now. It's not personality test. And pronunciation is what we pronounce. Okay, are you talking about, so in personality test, Shubham, we'll talk that later on. In introduction, it should be like, when you are writing your answers, okay, in answer writing, that is a different thing. But if you are introducing yourself in personality test, that is a different question. But I cannot, still I am not very clear what are you asking. Shubham, can you just elaborate a little bit more? Are you talking about pronouns in grammar or what? Later. No, you can tell me, I can clear your doubt right now. Shubham, feel free to ask. It's okay. We all make mistakes. We all want to know things. That's what we are here for. Feel free to ask, Shubham. You can unmute yourself and say, can you use your mic? Vocabulary, pronouns, pronunciation and all. When we write, Shubham, see, when we write any sentences, any paragraphs, whether it's introduction or it's body 1, body 2, vocabulary has to be there. So if you're writing good words, but that has to be relatable to your topic, then only it is important. But if you are using very heavy words, let's just say, just to show and flaunt your vocabulary, then it's not a good idea. So it should come in your flow. Okay. All right, Shubham. So vocabulary does matter, of course, but I would say that to improve your vocabulary, you do not have to work hard. You just have to focus on editorials, newspaper, and always pick 2 or 3 words. Okay. What do we mean by the topic, essay topic? The question which is being asked to you. Okay. So what we can do, from in the beginning of the paragraph only we can grab the attention of a reader. It should provide some background information. Please write down this point. I will explain how to provide background information to any topic. Okay? And it should give readers an idea about the main points. So now background information should be there in your introduction. Second point is introduction, main points and claims. It should provide all the necessary information in regards time frames and setting, etc. And at the end of your introduction, there needs to be a clear thesis statement. So now the third point is thesis statement. In today's class, I'm going to tell you what are these points. Okay? So as we said that we must have hook. So there is a hook, connection and thesis statement, 3 points. So what is hook? A hook is one of the most effective introduction starters for an essay. Hook is the purpose of catching the reader attention. तो वो कैसे हम कर सकते हैं? I'm talking about right now on essay, not of your questions. Essay writing के लिए है. ठीक है, not of your question which is being asked in your GS papers or in your optionals. A shocking fact, anecdote, what is anecdote? Stories, ठीक है, a question, a short summary or a quote. ठीक है, now please focus here. Let's just say if a question come to you, so can you all read here? So this is in the last class also I have explained, I'm repeating again the same class. It's about Braille. So let's just say if a question has come to us for Braille, ठीक है? So the invention of Braille, see the first slide. The invention of Braille was a major turning point. So it is showing something of importance. So it is not a dry introduction. So the invention of a Braille was a major turning point in the history of disability. So what am I doing? I have given that Braille system which was introduced by, you will see that Louis Braille was the one who had, yes, Louis Braille was the one who have introduced this. Yeah, Louis Braille. So Louis Braille is the one who have introduced this. So now I am giving and I am showing that how my product is very important. आपको पता है क्या करना है? बहुत ही स्ट्रीट मैन के लैंग्वेज में समझा रही हूँ. आपको अपने आंसर्स को सेल करना है. आपको अपने आंसर को सेल करना है. आपको अपने ऐसे को सेल करना है. तो आप कैसे कन्विंस करोगे कि जो आप लिख रहे हो वो मैं उसको ज्यादा मार्क्स दूं? आप इंपॉर्टेंस दिखाओगे ना, आप सजाओगे, चमकाओगे, यू नो, दैट्स व्हाट वी डू. इफ यू वांट टू सेल आप एनी प्रोडक्ट, just think from the thought process of a marketer. So if you are writing your answer, let's just say a topic that please write an essay on the Braille system or write an essay on disability with one example. If a question comes to all of you, write an essay on disability with one example or with a case study. Case study is कि आप कोई भी किसी भी चीज को हम एक्सप्लेन करें इन डेप्थ. सो हाउ विल आई एक्सप्लेन इट? I will show the great importance. If, for instance, if I am trying to explain disability with term like with the Braille, so it's a technique by which blinds can read and write. So if I am selling it, so I will show it that how important it was, right? So the invention of Braille was a major turning point in the history of disability. So I am saying that ये बहुत major achievement हुआ है. The writing system of raised dots used by visually impaired people was developed by Louis Braille. So now अब मैंने क्या किया? मैंने बताया कि Braille system है क्या. उसको जिसको पता नहीं, आपको अपने दिमाग में जब इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है, आप ये भूल जाओ कि सामने वाले को वो इंफॉर्मेशन आती है कि नहीं. आप ये सोचो कि आप किसी एक छोटे बच्चे को एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो. इस कॉन्सेप्ट में देयर इज अ रिचर्ड फेनमैन, अ नोबेल प्राइज विनर फिजिस्ट. ठीक है, आप उसको प्लीज सुनो. रिचर्ड फेनमैन का कहना है कि इफ यू कैन एक्सप्लेन एनी कॉन्सेप्ट, फिजिक्स और एनी कॉन्सेप्ट टू अ क्लास 5th स्टूडेंट, दैट्स व्हेन यू हैव कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी. अगर आपकी बात किसी एक क्लास 5th के बच्चे को समझ में आ जाए तो इसका मतलब है कि आपका आंसर क्लियर है. सो इवन इफ यू आर एक्सप्लेनिंग ब्रेल, सो instead of giving Braille is a mechanism, is a system in which blinds can read and write, by using smaller words, some words, how you can explain that? So the writing system है of raised dots used by visually impaired people was developed by Louis Braille in 19th century France. तो मैंने क्या किया, एक बैकग्राउंड इंफॉर्मेशन दिया. समझ में आया बैकग्राउंड इंफॉर्मेशन कैसे देना है? अनन्या, युवराज, Nitin, Pavan, Saurav, Shubham. So this is a background information. So if you are talking about, let's just say, democracy. So what is democracy? What is democracy, guys? Yes, so it is commonly believed that democracy is being introduced in which country? In Athens, in 3rd century BC or so, right? But we know that the similar practice of democracy is being followed by which tribe? Oku. African tribe. And what was the name? Ibigo. Igibo. Ilibo or Ibigo. So there was a tribe. So, you know, if you tell to your examiner that democracy is commonly perceived has its roots in Greece, in Athens. However, the tribes in Nigeria, in Nigeria, no, it was there. In African continent have shown that there was a particular tribe placed named Ibigo. I'm really confused with that name, that term, that tribe's name, who had democratic system already. So that particular tribe was functioning on democratic lines. So if you are giving a very important information, I mean, this information not many people knows about it. Okay, so it is like, you know, how you are selling it. So you can just I think it's Igbo tribe. Just check that. I think I have explained, no? Yeah, I've explained when we were discussing about democracy in political anthropology. All right. So what I'm trying to tell you that whatsoever your optional is, whether it's anthropology, whether it's sociology, whether it's economics, you are tend to read lot many theories. अगर आप अपने optionals को ही along with your GS अच्छे से करते हो तो आपका essay is done, guys. आपका essay is done और आंसर राइटिंग भी आप सीख सकते हो. It's just like, you know, an art कि आप कौन से पॉइंट्स को कहां से लेके आ सकते हो. Okay, so this is a background information. Now the second point which you can see here. So what is the second point? Okay, first you see. What is the second point after background information? I told you to see 3 points. What is the second point? Yeah.
Second point, thesis statement.
I told about that your introduction should have 3 points, guys. You are not writing and making your points. Here I have told you. If you can see, there are 3 points. Background information I have told you. Now, main points. Background information about the way I have explained through an example of Braille system. Now the main points. Okay. After main points, there is a thesis statement. Let it be. Now come up here. So in a society, so we are talking about main points. In a society that did not value disabled people in general, okay? So we are saying that already in any societies, disabilities are not being seen as something in which people want to work on. So they are always been ignored. Okay, so disability always been ignored by society at large. So I'm bringing another important point by framing these words, sentences. In a society that did not value disabled people in general. So always if we can, you know, with negative statement, if we can talk about positivity. So this is a negative statement when we are talking about something negative, did not, no. So it's a negative statement, but it is orienting towards positivity. So in a society that did not value disabled people in general, blindness was particularly stigmatized, and lack of access to reading and writing was a significant barrier to social participation. Again, I'm giving importance and I'm setting my stage for my main points. Okay, that in a society that did not value disabled people, so the blindness was always been stigmatized. So the blind people had lesser opportunities in order to come out and have opportunities. Okay, to meet their potentialities. So now what I'm doing, I'm creating a base for the Braille system, that how important Braille system was. The idea of tactile reading was not entirely new. Now I'm talking about that the Braille system, ऐसा नहीं था कि Braille system से पहले कोई और system था ही नहीं reading के लिए. So the idea of tactile reading was not entirely new, but existing methods based on sighted system were difficult to learn and use. As the first writing system designed for blind people's needs, Braille was a groundbreaking new accessibility tool. So I am talking about that how relevant. So it's a very important point. When you want to explain some concept, show it relevance. It's a tip. It's a very important tip. Okay, so whatsoever you are writing, for example, now I'm selling my Braille system for disability. I have shown its importance. Now I'm showing its relevance. Relevance को आप कैसे show कर सकते हो? By showing the changes in the society. It's a main points. So it's a main points. You are showing that what had happened. Okay? And the thesis statement that what you are going to talk about. So see, so the idea of tactile reading was not entirely new, but existing method based on sighted systems were difficult to learn and use. As the first writing system designed for blind people's needs, Braille was a groundbreaking new accessibility tool. It not only provided practical benefits, but also helped change the culture status of blindness. Okay? This is the main points. Now, it is about your thesis statement. This essay begins by discussing the situation of blind people in 19th century Europe. So it's saying that what I'm going to talk about in my essay. तो अगर आप ऐसे लिख रहे हो तो इट्स ओके टू टेल इन इंट्रोडक्शन ओनली कि आप कौन कौन सी बात कहने वाले हो. So this essay will explore, this essay would explore that how democracy had grown and evolved and is taking a new shape in contemporary society. So you are going to talk about it, what you are going to write in essay. But this is that you can do in your essay, not in answer writing. You should say that this answer talks about. उसको आपको स्किप करना होता है क्योंकि हमारे पास वर्ड लिमिट्स कम है. ठीक है? Sorry, that one is thesis statement. Yes. So तो it's showing कि पहले जो आप इस essay में पढ़ोगे वो आप क्या पढ़ोगे? The situation of blind people in 19th century Europe. Okay. It then describes the invention of Braille and the gradual process of its acceptance within blind education. So first of all, I would say that I am showing the story. You must have heard various times. अगर आप लोगों ने सुना है that your answer must have flow. It must have story. So I am telling you that in this essay, I would describe that what is the situation of blind people in 19th century in France. Okay, पहले लोगों के क्या situation था, तो historical background आ रहा है, and then I'm talking about that it then describes the invention of Braille कैसे invent हुआ, and then gradual process of its acceptance within blind people, then how it is being accepted by blind people. This is my second point, second paragraph you can say. Subsequently, ये दोनों डिस्कशन करने के बाद subsequently it explores the wide-ranging effects of this invention on blind people's social and cultural lives. तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास बहुत diversities हो जाएंगी, social and cultural life. Subsequently it explores, तो ये दोनों बेस है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल के 19th सेंचुरी में ब्लाइंड्स की क्या सिचुएशन थी, इसी के बाद फिर ब्लाइंड जो ब्रेल सिस्टम आया उससे क्या हुआ, एंड देन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सब्सिक्वेंटली, उसके बाद सब्सिक्वेंटली, बिकॉज अगर इन दोनों को डिस्कस नहीं किया तो आई कैन नॉट टॉक अबाउट, आई कैन नॉट एक्सप्लोर. सो इट एक्सप्लोर्स द वाइड रेंजिंग इफेक्ट्स of this invention on blind people's social and cultural lives. Now do you understand? Understood? All of you have to practice. अगर आप लोग प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे आप अच्छा आंसर लिख नहीं सकते. आप मुझसे ये लिखवा लो. हाँ हाँ, why not? Yes. You can ask Om. Please write a mail to him. He will definitely give it to you. ठीक है? So all of Pluto Science aspirants will get this PPT. Okay?
We should like those things that.
Okay. Yeah. Ask me.
Exactly like what's the like crux of thesis like?
It's like, you know, whatsoever point. It's like, you know, before writing introduction for your essay, you must एनालाइज कि आप क्या क्या लिखने वाले हो. ठीक है, आज अभी मैं आप लोगों को दोबारा सिखाऊंगी. पहले आपको ये समझ में आ गया? अनन्या, शुभम, सौरभ, पवन, नितिन, अफा, डू यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड दिस? किसी को कोई डाउट है? ओके, सो टेल मी कि आप लोगों को एक लेट मी जस्ट सी दैट इफ यू कैन राइट अ गुड इंट्रोडक्शन राइट नाउ. ठीक है, ऑन दिस बेसिस. ओके, सो you can write just this much of, for example, मैंने यहाँ पे लिया है डिसेबिलिटी में ब्रेल सिस्टम को. ठीक है, आप लोग इफ यू कैन टेक एनी अदर. So I'm giving you 5 minutes or so. Write some introduction on disability. Write let's just assume that you have an essay on disability. Okay, so write an essay on disability. So let me just give you an essay topic. Okay. Disability can be overcome. Disability can be challenged or disability do not remain disability if society supports, if there is proper mechanism to deal with it, something like that. So I cannot think of some essay like. Okay, जैसे हमने ये सिस्टम है ना, the invention of braille. So do you think do you know any of braille equipment by which? Think of anything other than braille you do not know.
No, you need to see for blind
And
people.
no, not for blind people, for any disability which has been like, you know, after using such equipment or anything, so disability have reduced, or like, you know, it helped some disabled children, or like, you know, class.
I forgot that word. Okay, but
Hearing,
that sensor,
yeah, for hearing,
for hearing,
and
even for walking.
artificial limbs nowadays we can have science and text, right? So that you can think of, and also that wheelchairs, and also you are having, you know, nowadays some, you know, Smart dogs, yes. So what they do?
Especially for people suffering from
Hmm.
they're about to collapse.
Hmm.
These dogs, they sense their, and then they want their masters.
Hmm. I Corona. Okay. So think of any tools which has been developed. It can be from science and technology. So wheelchairs are there, and also there are too many ways. I was seeing there was a scooter. Nowadays I can see that there's a scooter which for paralyzed people they are used. Yeah. Yeah. So they are they travel. So think of any such discoveries and write an essay on this for introduction. In this way you can use and take a help of your GS notes if it is there. Anyone can think of? Home care.
Because like children are not able to give their time to parents.
No, I'm talking about disability right now, physical disability. So
Oh man, Paralympics. Paralympics are for this disabled people, na?
Paralympics.
Even this year, there was one Indian girl who won, I think archery, I think, na?
So that is so, it's like a game. I'm talking about something like the Braille system. Yeah, so the Braille system which had helped. So you can use any discovery for for deaf people who are using that speech for speaking, for hearing, anything like that. Think of something, guys. Afa, Ana,
Language.
huh?
Sign language.
Sign languages. Okay, so that's really old. But yes, just to write introduction, how you can write down. Jaipur fort is what? It's Jaipur fort. Yes. Fort. Yes, yes. Of course. So write down something on that. Think of anything quickly, guys. So that shows that you people are not very much aware of the developments and the technologies, equipments which is there for our this section. And I'm telling you one of the best ways to improve and collect your points, stratify your society, stratify vulnerable sections of your society. For example, women, disabled, older, children, okay, and some more sections where, so talk about these sections and start talking about that what are the new welfare schemes, policies have been introduced, what are we doing for their development. Okay. Artificial limbs these days, it's very helpful for disabled people. Visual impairments is what we have spoke about. Yeah, so please write down about that. Okay, let me just give you some very easy topic. Okay, start writing something so that I can see that you people are writing. Then only I can give my feedback and evaluate. Any topic if you want to talk about blind people's shoes, deaf and yes, hard of hearing. So write a good introduction, everyone on disability. Okay, I'm just giving you a topic, disability. All right, I'm giving a topic, a simple topic. You have to write an essay, I mean introduction, only an introduction on disability. Forget about any particular point, it's disability. And write an introduction, you do not have much of time, so that I can evaluate your answer and I can see everyone's answer. So I'm telling you the structure should be of your answer. It should be a neutral statement. I will evaluate your answer. First of all, there should be a general or a neutral statement on disability. Okay? Then there should be a background information. Then tell me your main points. And then thesis statement, what you are going to talk about. You all can write in your chat section so that I can see. So, disability, so this is not a proper, Nitin, this is not a proper structure where you are writing disability means lack of doing something which the normal people do without any discomfort. Is this the way you are going to excite and hook my attention? If you are writing your essay with such starting, it is a dull starting. Or if you're saying to be disabled means have lost a range of functioning or never, you are writing an essay. So how you can say that? Disability can become a blessing in disguise if state and civil society supports disabled people. This can be one such starting. Ananya, Yuvraj, Saurav, please write down. If you need to write an essay, you cannot write a definition and you cannot define disability. So you need to bring about disability. Disability is now calling disabled people as disabled is a crime. You have to call them Divyang, right? You need to address them as especially abled. Disability is a challenge faced by can you just read? Yeah.
Disability is a challenge faced by every race and gender since past immemorial. Nevertheless, it hasn't stopped humanity from promoting solutions to disability as it's manifested in the development of artificial limbs, wheelchair, braille, sensory treatment.
Very good. Good. Now let me just read. So now I got a good introduction. Close the door, Oku. You need to work on your writing. You write one page daily and stop writing curves, that curve writings. You need to write straight and clear. Your words are not readable. So everyone complains. So that's when you know that where you have to work on. No, you're not watching good videos. I'll tell you the good videos today. Okay? On handwriting, you need to watch them.
I'm scared because of handwriting.
No, you do not have to scare. You need to work on it. Okay? So, okay, disability is a challenge faced by every race and gender since past immemorial, full stop. Nevertheless, it hasn't stopped humanity from evolving solution to disability, okay, comma, as it's manipulated, okay, as it is manifested in the development of artificial limbs, armchair, braille system, sensory impairment, etc., which help disabled to live a fuller and healthy life. Aage? The credit goes to scientists, researchers and government for founding such ways of hope to providing vulnerable. So, iske baad, what is your thesis statement? Your starting is very good. You need to work on the main points. So, what is the main points and the thesis statement? So the main points you can say that in contemporary societies, scientists and researchers have come up with different technologies and policies which is making a rapid transformation in spatially abled societies. In fact, one of the policies which says that in India, it is being you can say that in India, recently Indian government have announced the word called Divyang, which means spatially abled. That shows that these people, this spatially abled people are far better than us because with challenges they are living and they have high level of, you can say, what you can say, enthusiasm, high level of confidence, high level of what's any degree you can talk about. So high degree of confidence, high degree of they are very There's one term which is not coming in my mouth. And courageous. So they have high level of courage. You know, they have high level of courage. They are very brave to face the challenges in spite of, like, you know, the major physical, you can say, obstruction. They are ready to face the challenges of their lives. Something like that. And you can say, now the thesis statement in this essay will explore the current policies which is being which has revolutionized the lives of disabled people, because it is disability. So you can say spatially abled, because you have already given a point above that how you know that you cannot call disabled person as disabled. Okay, so now you say that this essay will explore that how India has provided a paradigm shift in working for the vulnerable sections of our society, and disabled group or vulnerable or this specially able group are the one who are making lot many progress. Okay, so good essay, good starting, Oku. So as PM says, sabka saath, sabka vikas, we have to take care of our disabled person, an invention to solve their day-to-day problem and also promote the participation of the welfare of society. Okay, all right. But what is your hook statement in it? What is your main points in it? And what is your thesis point in it? So you have got the hook in your essay, but you are also lacking the main points, that what your answer is revolving on, because you are talking about scientists and researchers. Then give, with related to your main points, give the thesis point, that what you are going to talk about. Okay, some people believe, so what is this changing apne aap hi? I do not know how it is. Yeah, some problem is with us here. Okay, so Yuvraj, I hope you have not cheated and you have written it on your own. Yeah, good. So the recent development in the fields of artificial intelligence has proven to be groundbreaking innovation for the mute people. Very good, Yuvraj. The inability to communicate segregated them from the society. All right. Although the use of sign language was the only medium of communication before the three researcher team developed system which can be surgically implanted in the brain. All right. The system decipher the electric signals received from the brain and translate them into word. The invention, in a world where inequality faced by the disabled people are rapidly increasing, will work towards decreasing the gap between the two groups. This essay, here it would come grammatical error. This essay will explore the various historical inequalities faced by the mute people, the various dimensions in which the invention will help. Also, you can use also. Also, it would, so where you have used the various dimensions in which the invention will help. Also, it will explore the various dimensions, contemporary dimensions, research and development, by which we can also uplift this section. Very good, Yuvraj. Very, very, very good. Excellent. So far you have improved. So this is what happens when you start writing good answers. Okay. So I like to tell everyone that Yuvraj is one of my aspirants who are, Yuvraj and Ananya, everyone, but who are constantly giving answers. You know, they are writing their answers, even though I'm not able to give feedback, but they're constantly writing, and that I can see. Very good, Yuvraj. All right, other students, Saurav, Shubham, Ananya. So Shubham ने लिख लिया है, पवन ने लिखा है. वेरी गुड युवराज, बहुत अच्छा आंसर लिखा है. ये आपके अब और स्ट्रक्चर्स में भी ऐसे आना चाहिए. ठीक है. So this is what it's, so far you have written a good answer in your history and with respect to NCERT, but the next level also has to come up. Okay. You need to work more. So you're closer. Day by day, you need to come in the top list. So the more, there's no alternative, guys, to clear this exam, only of hard work. It's only hard work which can fetch you good marks. Okay? And in front of you only those who are able to write these answers, they are same human beings like you can also work hard and see your evaluation, so do not get disappointed. So there are also one school of some students who get disappointed very quickly कि हम नहीं लिख पा रहे, हमको नहीं पता. Do not compare, guys, please, with yourself. You can have a positive competition with each other. Okay? Because if that affects your mindset, तो फिर और सब चीजों में आपका चीजें खराब हो जाएंगी, and that I do not want. Very good, Yuvraj. And other ones? Ananya, what happened to you? Ananya, you have improved also in your answers. Saurav, you are very hardworking. You know that. But again, I would say that hard work does not only work here. आज मैंने आप सबकी वजह से रिपीट किया है, अदरवाइज मुझे आज बॉडी 1 डिस्कस करना था. ठीक है? All right, but I would request you, please, guys, do not miss your answer writing classes. ठीक है? I'm going really slow so that you people see there is a process. You know, there is a process. If I'll start telling you the answers, writing skills of, like, you know, of you can say of medium level, if I'll not start from the beginning, you will feel that you do not know much. Okay? But what I'm trying to do is, I'm like, you know, I'm taking lot many classes, only all of you to get a zeal of it. How many of you have started working on your grammars? I do not think so any of you have started working on your grammars. You need to understand spoken English, speaking, good personality, good thought process, strong mind, everything works for this, for clearing this exam. Okay? All right. So disability is mental and physical condition which creates barrier for person to do daily life activities. Yes, it is a complex notion that involves limited opportunity and special needs of the person. Very good, Ananya. That's a good beginning, but main points you have not explained, and also a thesis statement. But yes, good, very good. तो क्या होता है, हम पहले मिस्टेक्स करते हैं, हमारी स्पीड कम होती है, धीरे धीरे ये बढ़ जाती है. ओके, व्हाट्स द टाइम? It's okay. Saurav, you have not written anything. Okay, now you have written. Disability is an umbrella term covering many conditions that restrict people from doing certain activities physically, mentally, okay, psychologically. Ibigo, okay.
Central Africa.
It's in near Nigeria. Okay, Saurav, again, आप सभी ने except Yuvraj. So if I have to evaluate the best answer in terms of introduction, it goes to Yuvraj Narayan. Okay, so Yuvraj have written a very good introduction. You all can take a screenshot of that. This is what I was explaining. The only mistake Yuvraj you have done, it was this, and it can also improve. ठीक है? तो मैं आपको suggest करूंगी कि जो आपने अभी मुझे लिखा है, Yuvraj, it's only to you, not to everyone. अभी के लिए आप वो इंट्रोडक्शन लिखो, बिकॉज यू नो आप सब स्टूडेंट्स का लेवल डिफरेंट है, तो वो इंट्रोडक्शन को आप कॉपी करके मुझे मेल कर दो. यू हैव माय ईमेल एड्रेस एंड देन आई कैन टेल यू दैट हाउ यू कैन डू अ वैल्यू एडिशन. ओके युवराज, बहुत अच्छा लिखा है, बट तुम्हारा फिर लेवल और बढ़ना चाहिए. So okay, with respect to the tribe which I was talking about, it is Ibigo, no? Ibigo. So this is a tribe, Ibigo in Africa. Ibigo. ये क्या हो रहा है? IB. No, it's not E, it's I. So they must have given Ibigo. It's Ibigo. Ibigo or Libigos, there is some tribe which have started democratic practices for long, for a great period of time, even before Athens. All right. Yuvraj, I was saying that the answer which you have written right now, okay, for your essay, you can copy and paste and you can write it to me. I will tell you that how you can do a value addition. Okay? Am I audible? There is a network issue at your end, Yuvraj. Have you understood what I said? All right. Chalo guys, take good care of yourself. And tomorrow, do not miss your class. Even if you'll miss your class, I'm not going to begin with the previous lecture. I'm going to begin with the body one and some practices of introduction. Next Sunday, sorry. Next Sunday. Bye-bye guys. Take good care of yourself.